Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be discussing this little beauty right here. It's actually a pretty big beauty. The Ferragamo Sookie Tote. So I will be discussing and reviewing the bag. I'll discuss how I bought it on the pre-loved market. I bought it on Poshmark, as well as what I use it for and if I would recommend it. Let's get started. So this bag is one of my favorite work totes, especially for the summer, early fall, late spring days where I want a lighter colored bag. I am really loving this tote and I highly recommend it. I tend to like a flap detail. You will be able to tell based on most of my collection. I do appreciate that. I think it adds a nice feminine touch, but it's also for utilitarian purposes because it closes the bag. I don't like open bags, so that is something that I really do enjoy about it. I think it looks sleek and professional. I love that the bag itself is pretty plain. All it really has is this detail in the front, which serves dual purposes as a lock. It does have a key in here, if I can get it out. Oh, haven't really used it, as you can tell. Okay, well, the key's in there. And the key goes to this lock right here, so I could lock it if I wanted to, and I would do if I was traveling or something, but then it's nice and easy to open, so I really like that. And I like that it is plain otherwise. It's in a peachy cream color, so I do like it with things I would pair with a peach. I don't use it as a super neutral. I wouldn't wear pink or red and use it, but otherwise it works with black, it works with white, it works with navy. Navy is a color I wear a ton in the summer, early fall, late spring, so that is something that I really like about this bag. It pairs so nicely with navy. It's beautiful. So I love the color. I love the flap. I love the size. It is great for work. It fits folders perfectly. I just took some out, but they basically come right to the height of it, so it's not so big that it's much bigger than I need, but it fits everything with a little bit of room to spare, so that's nice. And I like the clochette. I could probably expand that and bring it down here, which maybe is how I'm supposed to do it, but for whatever reason I like it up here. So I do that, and then the back of it is plain. So here is a look at the logo and the clasp lock detail. And here's a look at the bottom as well. It does have the 5 feet, which is nice about it. So I did buy this bag on the pre-loved market. It does have marks on it, as it will happen with a light colored bag. I wasn't too worried about that because I know I'll get my own marks on it, and I didn't think that they were enough to stop me from getting it since I did buy it at less than 1/10 of its retail price. I got a really phenomenal deal, so I was willing to overlook that. And of course that's why it was priced so low. So it does have a few marks. You can see a few things here and there. Some marks on the back which bother me less than the front. And then a couple marks on the bottom, but mostly the wear in the corner. And I know that would be a turnoff for a lot of people. They would decide that they don't want it because it has those, but for me, I'm just kind of speeding up the process a little bit. I know that I want it, and unless you're looking really closely, you really don't notice it. I was able to clean some of it up, and honestly, it could use another cleaning. Some of these are just dirt marks and dust marks from my everyday use. I used it today. So it can be that partially as well. And then the straps have some cracking. Ooh, sorry, I hit the camera a little bit. Along it, it's not enough that I can actually feel it when I rub across. It just looks a little bit cracked, so I guess that could be something that somebody would not like as well. And then the inside of the handle has some markings too. So that's really the wear on the outside. Not so bad, but it does have, you know, I'm not going to say it's perfect because it's not. I have used this bag a bunch this semester. I bought it earlier this semester, so I've used it pretty much all semester long, and I do really enjoy it. It is already showing some wear, so I'm not going to lie and say that it's perfect. I didn't buy it brand new, so the wear again doesn't bother me a ton, but it might bother some people. I don't mind a bag that looks like it's been worn and loved. I think sometimes that adds some character to it, but not everybody feels that way, and I understand totally if you don't. So here's the inside. It's nice and big and roomy and open, which is exactly what I like. I would like to have a couple little pockets just for small items, just the little like pockets that put your phone, or a little zip compartment. That is people's number one dissatisfaction, I guess, with this bag, and I do understand that. It does have this pouch inside of it, which you can take off it comes right out of the bag. I'm attaching it right now so that I don't lose it, but I could easily take that off and just carry the pouch, which I have done. I've had my essentials in here and then just use the pouch. So it is nice to have that, similar to a Neverfull or something like that. And it does zip, the pouch, and it's nice and roomy inside, so you really can hold a good amount. And it does have the logo on the front as well as on the zipper. So that's nice, but otherwise it's totally open. This pouch tends to get stuck below my folders and things like that, so again, if it had something on the side, I might appreciate that more. You may or may not be able to see there are some markings on the inside of the bag. Most of that I have done. That is a lot of my own damage, not all of it, but a lot of it. I use this bag. I use it and I put things in it all the time, and so I have bought a lot of small pouches, and I'm trying to use those a little bit more, but in the beginning of the semester I didn't have that, so it does have some dirt. My number one dissatisfaction with this bag, if I had to pick something, is actually, I think that the leather in the back, it is fully leather, it is lined in leather, so that is a really, really wonderful thing about the bag. The back is pretty good, but the front, and I don't think you can see it. In fact, I can hardly see it looking at it in person, but I'll try to get this right up in the camera. The leather in the front part, because it does slouch, it's not a super sturdy bag. It's not something, it holds some shape, and when there's something in it, it holds its shape pretty well, but it never like just stands on its own. It's not Saffiano, it's very much a calf leather, but it's like bubbling. Not bubbling, it's just loose. It's like loose and wrinkled, the leather, a little bit, and that'll continue to happen. I mean, it is leather. I would have to like puncture it with something for it to create a hole, I think. I'm not worried about that happening, but I feel like it's just much more attached on the back. I can't lift it up, whereas I can like totally lift this up from the back of it. So that leather is getting worn. It is getting wrinkled. I can feel it, and I do hit things against it as I take things in and out. So part of it is just wear, and I feel like as I'm messing with it right now, I'm not helping. I'm probably making that go a little bit faster. So that's my number one issue with it. Again, it is the inside, it's the lining, so it's not a huge deal, but that could upset some people. It holds things really well, like I said. I'll show it to you on my shoulder so you can see how it works, but I tend to hold them in the crook of my arm as I go to class, or on my shoulder. Today, when I was riding at SU, I take a bus from my building to the parking lot, because I park on the South Campus. It's a whole thing. And so the bus was really crowded, and it was really nice to have a bag that has a nice long shoulder strap. That's something I've been looking for, so that it is comfortable to use and keep close to my body so people aren't running into it a ton on the bus. So here is, hopefully you can see that, up on my shoulder. It is a really nice distance. It's not right up in my armpit. It's another inch or two down. So the height is perfect for me, but it also hits me right at my hip. So it's not something that's in my way while I'm walking. And I really like the shape of it in that regard as well. So that is this bag. I really do recommend it. I think it is a great work tote. I think it's stunning. Every time I wear it, I love it. I love the way that it looks. It is going to show some wear. It is going to wear down on its own and give it a more of a loved look, and that's totally fine with me, but it did do that a little quicker than I might have expected, and quicker than I have come accustomed to with other Ferragamo, though I have bought a lot of them that are in vintage condition, so I understand that. But when I do my review of the crossbodies, you'll see those have held up a little bit better. They were a little bit newer when I bought them, so that does make sense. And this is, of course, going to get battered a little bit more because it's my work tote, so it's carrying a lot. It's bustling around a lot of people, whereas a crossbody is really staying very close to me. So again, I'm not too surprised, but that is something that has happened. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you loved the video. If you want to see some more, please subscribe. Give this one a like if you liked it. And please let me know of other videos that you think would be interesting to see. I will keep going on the reviews, but I'm just interested to see what you want to know about for the future. So again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and please subscribe and like. Thanks so much. Bye.